start here first. The South African Council of Educators has dealt with more than 440 cases of misconduct and fired 11 teachers in the 2020-2021 financial year. Now, the council appeared before Parliament this week, and Council CEO Ms. Ella joins us to give us, some clarity, feedback, or even follow through on what exactly occurred in Parliament. Ella, thank you so much for your time, and good morning to you. You're not bringing the best of news, because when you are a parent or a guardian or even a primary caregiver, you take your child to school, you expect teachers to be ethical, to be responsible, and to not be a part of any criminal activity like sexual harassment or even assault. But it seems the picture we're seeing in South Africa tells a different story about teachers, or at least some of them. Hi, and I think you've muted your audio. I think you've muted. Can you just do me a favor, just check if your audio is still clear?
Oh, yes.
There we are. Yes,
no, sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning to you and the viewers. As South African Council for Educators, we have a code of professional ethics that really is there to make sure that our educators maintain ethical standards. However, in the financial year 2020-2021, as you've already indicated, we received 443 cases of educator misconduct, something that we really don't appreciate in the teaching profession. And unfortunately, we had to strike off the role. It's not even a dismissal. Dismissal is with the employer. However, if you are dismissed, you still have to come to us as the South African Council for Educators, because we gave you a license to practice, and therefore we need to withdraw that license. Hence, the 11 strike off from the role of educators.
Right. With that being said, what's the reporting rate of these cases? I'm reminded of, an unfortunate incident in the Eastern Cape of a very young, girl, a pupil who committed suicide allegedly because she said she was bullied by a teacher. She had a calling, a special spiritual calling, and the teacher accused her, alongside other pupils, I can imagine, of being a witch and of witchcraft because of a spiritual sort of like intervention she had while in class, and that led to her committing suicide. But I just wonder if the reporting rate is at the pace that you need, because if we have these 400 plus cases, is it a true reflection of what's really happening in the classroom?
No, not exactly. There should be more coming, and also perhaps we need to look at this in the context of 2020-2021 was the year that we had disruptions in schooling. But surprisingly, even with that, with schooling not happening, you still have 443 cases. You even wonder where the sexual misconduct cases were happening. You've got a whole lot of corporal punishment cases, and also you still continue to have verbal abuse. The case, yes, you're correct, in the Eastern Cape, there hasn't been any reporting, and Sace is doing preliminary investigation just to understand the fact before we can even go to an extent of whether are we laying charges or not.
Right.
But it is an unfortunate situation, because bullying should not be happening in school, and teachers are there to make sure that they act in loco parentis on these children.
When you look at your data, Ella, which are the most problematic provinces when it comes to teachers and misconduct?
From the 11 that we dismissed, we've got 4 in Mpumalanga and 3 in Gauteng, Free State, Western Cape, and Northwest. The other provinces did have sanctions of other nature. Right. However, the 11 are from those provinces.
And before I let you go then, I suppose my question to you is, what strong message are you trying to convey here to teachers who might have committed these offences, who might be committing them as we're having this conversation, or even perhaps contemplating on doing so in future? What's the stance of the South African Council of Educators in terms of what the consequences will be should you be found guilty of any misconduct?
We have a zero tolerance of any form of abuse against children. And therefore, when those matters are reported, we will not hesitate to investigate and follow procedures in terms of disciplinary hearings. When you are found guilty, obviously you will be struck off from the register of educators, and you won't teach anywhere in the country. We will even send your name to the Department of Social Justice so that you can be the National child protection register and not be fit to work with any child in the country, not in school only, but anywhere
All right, well,
in the country.
well, we appreciate your time this morning. Quite a strong message there being sent to any teacher that has committed any offence or even possibly planning to, which I can't even fathom in my brain at this point. But we appreciate the SA African, South African Council of Educators taking this strong stance. CEO Ella Mkhalane, thank you so much for your time this morning.